So guys, just purchased this Proworks tree boom for the mini skid. This thing, like all my other attachments, did not fit, so I did have to cut some of the tabs off at the bottom where the pins go in, and then it fit fine. So yeah, I'm wanting to add a clevis pin to the end there and run a grapple or a log tongs on the end of it to be able to pick up logs in bigger rounds. It seems like the end of it is kind of thin, and some of the welds on this thing don't look the best. As you can see here, the welds kind of in the corner of the support look kind of choppy, but as long as they hold up when I'm lifting logs, I'm fine with it. And then on this side, they looked pretty terrible. But like I said, if they hold up, I can deal with some crappy looking welds. I don't care what they look like as long as they're not breaking when I'm lifting logs or rounds. So right here, I'm hooking up the clevis pin. I want my log tongs as high as I can go, have height to be able to load logs in my trailer or into my dump truck. So I'm not wanting to have any chains or ropes hanging down any lower. These log tongs are pretty long, and then with the clevis, there's a little bit of length right there. But if you're hooked into a bigger log, it should shorten the length there. I think those are for 32-inch logs or 32-inch diameter logs, so they'll pick up pretty decent logs. And this machine's only rated for 800 pounds lift, and then with this tree boom, I think it's 400 pounds if you're completely horizontal, which I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be kind of at an angle like it is now. Yeah, see right there, I'm trying not to go too horizontal. I don't want anything to break. So I think that right there is a pretty good angle for lifting them. And then, you know, once you're going up, I think fully vertical, it says it'll lift like 2,000 pounds, but these skid steers aren't meant for 2,000 pounds, so I won't be doing that. But this log right here is a walnut log, and I think it's about 28-inch diameter, maybe 30-inch. Had a little punkiness to the outside of it, so it wasn't super heavy like a fresh cut log, but it was, you know, probably I'd say 200-pound log. So had a little heft to it, and it seemed to pick it up pretty easy. So over here, I'm gonna pick up a log, and I don't remember what type of wood it was, but it's not a huge log, but it wasn't a tiny log either, and it seemed to have no problem lifting that up. I do have counterweights on the back, probably 160 pounds of counterweight, so wasn't very tippy. And then I did kind of like a lift test with this to see how high I could get this log up to get into my trailer or dump truck if I had to. The bad thing is, if I'm going over my trailer, you have to hit the bottom for the log tongs to unhook. They're not just going to unhook midair, so you literally would have to be able to go over the top, because I have sides on my trailer. But for the dump truck, I could load those into the back and just drop it on the back of the tailgate, and it should unhook, kind of like I was using my log arch, and I can use this and just drop them on the tailgate and should unlatch. So yeah, I was unlatching it and then just kind of twisting it to the side to get to unhook, and seemed to work pretty good. So we'll see how these welds hold up, and we'll test it out on some oak and some hickory. I have some hickory coming soon, and those are super heavy logs and heavy rounds. So we'll see how that can do, and then maybe I'll test it loading my dump truck and stuff with it. So yeah, pretty decent log there. That's pretty much what I'm after, is logs about that size in diameter, easy cutting logs, maybe a little bit longer in length, you know, maybe 6 foot long, fit right in the back of the dump truck and stuff, right back of my trailer. I think my trailer is like 7 foot wide, so nothing over 7 foot, and then we'll see diameter wise. It just depends on the species, but yeah, so far seem to do pretty good, and yeah, hopefully it'll help me lift some logs up into the truck and my trailer.